And then I'm gonna use a pinkish, blush-ish color for the carpets in the middle. Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Today we are gonna do another video about tips for builders. So I collected some, I used quite a bit. Now before we start this video, I do want to say I did not come up with all of these myself. So some of these are from Twitter or ideas I've seen anywhere else, and I do want to give credit to where they come from, but most of them I just forgot where I saw them, so I'm just gonna use them in this video. But just know this, that not all of these are my ideas, and I'm gonna give credit where I can. Now the first one I'm gonna start with is actually a really easy one, so you need advanced placement for most of these. Now I am gonna say that I'm gonna tell you when there is no Game Pass involved, because most of them just need a Game Pass, and that's basically life. Now the first one I like to do is actually just place a normal table. So I like to use, let me find one. I like to use the industrial dining table for this one. So you just place your table, and then inside that you place an industrial console table, or any console table that's the same height basically. You place that inside, and then what you do is you paint the console table in any color you want or like, and I'm just gonna use this for now, and I'm gonna paint it in that gray. And as you can see, you just created yourself a nice little pattern on your table, and it's actually really cool to just place some decorations on there. So I'm gonna put artificial grass here. Just gonna finish that up. I actually needed to rotate them a little bit, and as you can see, it's a nice little addition to your table. It's just something I like to do. The second one is actually a quite expensive one. So you are building your house. Let me just build a little rectangle that looks like a house, or that resembles a house. And you have a shape in mind that you want to do, but it involves a roof. And that roof you can't build under. So what you want to do is you draw out the little design of the house you want. So let me just put this, and then continue right here, and then I want another chapel right here maybe. So I'm just gonna continue this way, make that 3 long, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna fill this up with floor. So you need the multiple floors and the advanced placement for this one. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to stairs, and in the corners you'll place the plane ramp, or just anything basically, but I'll wait with that one because it's gonna be a little hard. So I'm gonna do what I want to show you first, and that is you click on placement grid small, you place your stairs. Wait, I'm just gonna put one on large so it's easier for me to see. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you place stairs right next to it, so it fills up the entire space you have on your stairs. And as you can see, it kind of looks like a roof. So I'm just gonna finish this real quick and show you what it looks like. So as I said, this is a very, very expensive thing to do. You can paint the stairs so they look less glitchy. So I'm just gonna use the same color. So what is it? Smoky gray. And then what material? In metal. So the metal is right here. I'm just gonna be using that for every single stair real quick, so I can show you that it's won't be as glitchy as it looks right now. So here we go, we painted it in the same color. And what I do for the side of my roof, because now it's open, I go to stairs again, and I place the plane ramp, and I try to fit it like right underneath there, and then I paint that in the same color as my roof. And as you can see, you can create entire rooms with that. So let me just do this, create the wall. So I didn't go to the side, that was my fault, I'm sorry for that. So I'm just going to be placing a wall like that, and then just continue like so. Yes, I didn't finish the entire roof, I am very, very sorry for that. But you can do this, you can create your own little room. So let's say this is like the hallway or something, and then this is gonna be a room, and then this is gonna be a room, and then as you can see, I will put a door in, and then under here you can build whatever you would like to build. As I said, you can just do anything right here. So I'll just place a bed, like something like right here, and then maybe a tiny closet under here. You could just build many things under this roof. I'm gonna put a little light on top of that closet, just so we have some light in the house. And as you can see, it actually creates a little bit more space. Like this would be just one by I don't know how many, but like this would be the width you have with the normal stairs or roof. Like with the roof you wouldn't have no space at all. So I actually created an extra bedroom. Now it's up to you if you want to spend so much money, because each step of stairs is $1,500, which is quite a lot of money. And this tiny roof made the value of my house already $67,000. So it's really up to you if you want to do that or not. Then another one requested quite a lot is when you place lights now, since the lighting change in Roblox, it gets kind of bright, and I can see that as well. So what you want to do is you place your light, and most people used to paint them institutional white, but institutional white kind of makes the entire room a little too bright. If you have many lights in your room, then it kind of looks a little weird. So let me just place this, and let's go a little bit over the top with the lighting here. And this is probably what your house looked like after the lighting update. It wasn't fun, I admit that, but there is a solution to it, because you don't want to use white anymore. It's just what you want to do is you go here, you click linen, and I think Antarctic Annie told me that, but I would have to find the old tweets once again because I'm kind of forgetful, sorry for that. And you want to paint the lights in the linen color, and as you can see, the entire room is already changing to something more neutral. And as you can see now, it is actually quite nice, and it's actually night, so I can go into night mode as well and show you what it looks like. Kind of looks more natural now. So the linen color is just right here. You could use another dark color as well if you wish, but don't use the white anymore because that kind of messes the game up. But there is a fix to it, so you can still make lighting configurations, just don't paint them institutional white. Then another tip, you need a lot of game passes for that as well, like the floor pass you need, and then you need advanced placement too. So you want to create your custom roof. Now what you do is you create a floor, you place a fence, and I'm just going to use this as a fence. And then on the sides you're going to go back to fences, and you're going to do the plain quarter fence. And then you're going to want to go to tables, and there's a difference between two tables. So I used to use this one. As you can see, if I place it, it comes through the fence quite a bit. But I realized that if you use the single simplicity table, it doesn't come through the fence as much. So I like to use this. And what I do is I just place my tables around my roof. Oops, I did a little oopsie there. And then in the middle, I like to use the glass tables we have. So this clear dining table. I just place it like this. You don't need to worry about overlapping it too much, although I did make quite the mistake here. I want them to be on the same height. And then I paint the glass of the table in like a whitish or a grayish color, and I just copy paste that. And then for the roof, I don't know, something dark, something that doesn't stand out too much. You could use grass as well, like depends on what you like to do. And then I go back into the first story, but I leave the house, the toggle roofs on. Then I go here, I click the delete button, and then I click right here. And as you can see, I have my own custom roof with a glass inside. Let me actually go out of build mode, place a door so you can go inside and see. So this is what my custom roof looks like. I have a glass roof, which is really nice to see. I will have to move my light, so that is that is something you need to keep in mind, to like move your lights right underneath there. So it's basically, something you need to think about. So let me move my light a little bit, and let me place it actually under here. Okay, so this is it. Then the next thing a lot of builders do is they go into decorate, and they place a frame. I'm gonna use the basic medium painting, and what they do is they choose a pattern they like. So let me choose a wallpaper. I'm gonna use this one, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy that color, or try to get as close to that color as possible with the framing. So let's see, this is quite dark, but it's not quite the same either. Now, this kind of looks like it. And then what they do is they clone it, and if you clone it, the ID gets copied onto your painting, and then they just start placing the paintings so it looks like wall panels. And I actually really like this. Now I'm messing up quite a little bit here, but we're gonna ignore that, so thank you very much. Let me place it behind this light. Okay, this is gonna work out, you guys. I'm trying to stay calm and focused. But okay, let's move the couch a little bit. So as you can see, we made our own custom wall. I would change the painting probably because the light kind of bothers me on it, but that's me. If you like it, that is perfectly fine. Some people just use white and then paint their walls in a color or something. You can do whatever you want with it. So let me just paint that wall a little bit in, like, I don't know, a busy pattern I'm looking for right now. Maybe something like this, and let's paint it in like an orangey color or a yellowish color. Doesn't really match the rest of the house now. And let's just finish that up. So as you can see, it really makes a difference using this instead of just a plain wall. I kind of see why a lot of people use it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is quite an obvious one, is using pillars and fences inside the wall. So what a lot of people do is they use pillars for the doors and then the sides of the house. It makes it look a little bit more sophisticated. I kind of like doing that sometimes as well. Depends on what type of house you have. And then what they do is they use a fence and they just drag it across the floor. I'm gonna remove this little painting I used as inspiration. And they drag it across the wall. Let me clone that. And then I go to the second floor. Oh, I forgot a little wall here. Then I go to the second floor and they do the same thing all over again. And it just makes for a little bit more of a sophisticated home. Doesn't look as plain. And then they paint it in a color of liking, of course. But yeah, I kind of like that idea sometimes as well, to use plinths and then the walls as well. Let me paint that in a brown color as well, so you can see what it looks like when finished. So this is what it looks like. I kind of am digging it right now. Then another one, obviously, I don't think you need game passes for this one, but it's used a lot. I just wanted to put it in this video. People place a carpet. Let me go back inside the house. Actually, let me turn off the roof thing so you can see it better. And I'm gonna remove this light over here and gonna use daylight. Yes, this is a lot better. Then right here, so you place your carpet and you make your own custom design with it. So I'm just gonna place multiple carpets on top of each other, making this tiny cross. Inside that carpet, I'm gonna be making a tiny little rose. So I'm gonna use just all the corners right here, and it's best to use the large placement grid so you don't make mistakes here. And then what I do is I paint this. I'm gonna just copy this color, so this is gonna be a grayish color for the bigger carpets, and as you can see, it creates this very nice little shapes. And then I'm gonna use a pinkish blush-ish color for the carpets in the middle, gonna create a little rose as I said. And as you can see, this is our custom carpet design. It's really nice to have. Let me add a little fireplace in here as well. We're gonna actually almost finish this room, you guys. And then let me place a fireplace right here. Okay, so this looks quite cozy. Kind of liking this. Gonna copy this bit over here. The placement grid was medium, which I used. Let's go to the other wall and let's do the same here, and then just finish it up right here. Then another thing a lot of people like to do, let me create another little room right here with a ceiling. Just gonna be using the normal roof, so let me click roof, flat roof. You can use any roof, can be flooring as well. Then they go inside here, or they just remove the roof. You can do whatever you want with it. And then they like to use these vertical lights. Let's see, or not the vertical lights, like the flat lights. Where are they? This is the border ceiling light. This is what I meant. And then they just create their own little shape. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just messing around now. Okay, but let me paint that, and I'll show you in a second. So this is the design I did. It's not really nice, but you get the point. I was struggling a little bit. I get frustrated easily with lights and rotating and like what it's gonna do when you place it, you know, but for some people it really works out, and I really like seeing the designs they did. So it really depends on how much time you want to spend, but like I get frustrated easily with them, but I really like it, so I might use it more in the future. We'll see. I'll think about it. Okay, then the other thing I want to do is just show you a little something that might be useful for you. So if you place a window and you add curtains to it, so let me add privacy blinds on the outside and maybe normal curtains on the inside. And let's, yes, thank you for letting me place that. It means a lot, yes. Okay, and let me paint the curtains. Let me paint the privacy blinds black, for example. Now, if you use the clone tool, so if I press C on my keyboard, or you can press this button right here. If you use a clone tool, it copies the curtains and the privacy blinds as well, and the color you gave it. So it's really nice if you use a lot of windows in your builds to actually place the curtains first. And this is my friend Exorix, sub to Exorix. The next thing I will do is create a little basement, and as you know, when you build a basement, it gets quite dark in there. So what I do, and this is one I did myself first, so I don't have to credit for that one. You have your basement and you actually want some light in it. So what you do is you go to Windows and you have this part of your basement showing. You go to Windows, you create just like windows like that, like right here. Then you go to cabinets, and in cabinets you find the cheapest cabinet you can find. Be sure not to use a tall cabinet, use a small one. And we are gonna be placing them inside this empty area right here. So I actually placed my windows a little bit too low. And then you just place your cabinets really close to each other, like this. I'm gonna fix the windows because it bothers me as much as it bothers you. Alright, and then what you want to do is you paint that in like the grass color or something. So I need to find camo and then use the grass material. Just finish that up right here. Alright, so it looks like a piece of grass right now. Let me just place these walls and actually paint them in the grass color too. And underneath the cabinets, you can create a tiny little secret room. So let me go to the basement, and if you like, I don't know, create windows, you have this one, and you put it on small, or I'm gonna use a smaller window frame. Like you can do this, and then you have a little tiny space. You can put toys in here or something. Like if you role play a lot and you have kids, this is a perfect space for them to just play in. It's like a secret room you can create for them as well. So that is nice to have. But now you have windows in your basement, but you still have a lot of privacy, which is nice as well. And then of course you probably want to see what it looks like on the inside. So let me remove the roof, and I'm just gonna create a roof with a tiny little hole in it. Okay, let's go to my basement. It's actually dark, so there won't be a lot of light in the basement. But as you can see, we are getting some light in. You can also see the street light, which is nice as well. And you can add curtains on there, of course, if people look inside your house and you don't like that. And then this would be the room for your kids, or a secret room, or you could even put a toilet in here, whatever you want. Now, of course, you can also use this, and I saw this on Gabby's plot as well, if I'm correct. Now, what you do is you just close up your basement, basically. That's the first thing you do. And then imagine your house is like right here or something, and you have a little door that goes like this, whatever, and you make a little floor that goes up to the door. Okay, this is a really bad floor. I'm so sorry, you guys. But I'm trying to use tips. I'm not really trying to be a good builder here. And I'm gonna close off that basement, okay, in the grass color. And then you just paint your floor in whatever you want. So I'm gonna use this. And again, painting all the cabinets I have here. And then I'm gonna go back into my basement. And I'm actually gonna be placing a stair inside here. This is what it looks like. And then you paint this, and you paint this. I might have used the wrong material for these cabinets. It looks kind of glitchy, but well, okay, I could always change it. And as you can see, you made a little like thing you could walk in. It makes for just that little bit extra to your house. You could place a planter here or whatever, and it's just nice to see that you can just walk in there. And I forgot to mention when recording this video that you can also use this method to create foundations for your house. Now this picture is from Gabby's Twitter, and I will make sure to link it in the description box below. And these are all the tips that I would like to give you today. So that was the video. I hoped some of these tips helped you and you didn't know them already. There's a lot of tips and tricks now in Bloxburg. It's kind of hard to make these videos. That's why I kept on rescheduling this video, but I hope it helped you out anyways. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.